One of the biggest struggles I've faced as a veteran is isolation. And if you're a veteran who's struggling with the same things, I can assure you you're not alone through this struggle. And I want to share with you my own testimony experience with overcoming isolation as a veteran and becoming a better leader in the civilian side, becoming a better leader for myself, for my family, for others. When I got out in 2023, it was about January, February timeframe. I thought to myself, like, oh yeah, once I get out, I wouldn't have to worry about duty. I wouldn't have to worry about going to field ops. I wouldn't have to worry about putting on the uniform anymore. I wouldn't have to worry about anything like dealing with leadership and things like that. So I thought leaving that behind would be able to solve a lot of my life problems and my life would be better, but not necessarily. If anything, made it kind of worse. See, what veterans go through a lot is that when they are so used to having a structure and having a routine and being with other like-minded people who have gone through the same struggles you do, when you leave that, it becomes such a devastating thing to the mind, to the person, because you have so many people surrounded with you that love you, that care about you, that support you, that will literally die for you, which is probably the greatest form of love, to be able to die for a brother or sister or friend. So when you leave that behind, that could be devastating. So I had to leave a lot of my friend groups behind, the people who I'd be willing to go to war with. And that was a big issue for me. When I came into the civilian side, I didn't want to have to deal with anything else in the world. I want to just shut myself off. I wanted to lock myself in my room. Any time I had pretty much awake, I would just want to cope with stress and life problems by playing video games, watching pornography, doom scrolling, YouTube, anything that involved a screen. I just wanted to bury myself into the screen and not have to worry about anything else in the world. But that led to so many different problems in my life. Depression, anxiety, stress, and of course, the isolation, the loneliness. I felt like I couldn't get out of this situation. I was dealing with addictions, with the pornography, with the video games. It became an addiction to my life. And I just wanted to keep on going back and getting that rush of dopamine because I had a void that I needed to fill in my life that I wasn't getting from that. And I was trying to satisfy these cravings of what I thought was going to help me. But these were just temporal, instant things that would just not ever fill the void that I was feeling inside. So I isolated myself. I shut myself off from the world, from my family, from my friends. I didn't really maintain the relationships I had, and it sucked. It sucked to say the least. So I needed to recognize to myself that I needed to find relationships. I needed to find more connections with people that understand me, that get me, that know what I was going through. In the Bible, from 1 Peter 5, 8-9, we need to be alert and of sober mind. Your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, looking for someone to devour. Resist him, standing firm in the faith, because you know the family of believers throughout the world is undergoing the same kind of sufferings. Let's break this down for a moment. What is the goal of a lion? To take down its prey. And it's to separate the prey from the herd. And the enemy, prowling around like a roaring lion, is here to attack your mind. Is here to feed you bullcrap. Is here to feed you thoughts that aren't yours. It's here to feed you things that don't belong to you. And it convinces you that it's true. It's going to tell you you're worthless, that you're a piece of crap, that no one relates to you, that no one wants you, that no one loves you, no one values you. And when you convince yourself that those are true, behaviors and the actions, your thoughts, everything revolves around that. When you isolate yourself from others, you become most vulnerable to attack. You probably notice within this yourself, if you've been truly involved and engaged with someone that you love, or even people that you love, you have a community of people, at that moment you don't want to leave. You just have the best time of your life. You have fun. You You feel alive again. You just feel like yourself again when you connect with people that truly understand you, that truly get you. But when you leave that behind, you no longer feel like yourself again. And it doesn't matter how strong or mighty you think you are, because the mighty, the strong will fall when you no longer have anyone to support you, when you have no one else to reach out to, when you become your own island. And no man is an island. They shouldn't be an island. We were wired for human connection. When we break that wire, everything falls apart. You will be susceptible to being attacked with your own thoughts when you choose to make yourself an island. And that's what I went through when I left. So we need to find a community. You need to find someone to reach out to. You need to find a group of people to reach out to. That is the fundamental thing in life to be able to do. It might feel hard. It might feel very hard in the beginning, but we truly have strength in numbers. We need to start building a community of people. You just need to have someone to really understand what you're going through and be open and vulnerable to what you are going through. Because the last thing you want to say to yourself is that no one relates to you, no one is going to get you. Even if they might not go through the same military path that you've gone through, maybe they haven't gone to war. Maybe they haven't experienced a loss of a friend. Maybe they haven't experienced PTSD, but you're being called to other people. You're being called to serve others. You're being called to work with others, to connect with others, to play with others, to have fun with others. It doesn't matter. It's kind of why I built my own community in the first place, helping other veterans and first responders who are making this transition into the civilian life. Maybe they have an entrepreneurial mindset, to be able to start their own businesses, to be able to build those connections and network with other people like-minded, to recognize that they're not alone in this world. That they could start building relationships in the business side and in life, to rebuild that discipline in your life, to become a leader for yourself and your family and for others, for your clients. And if that's something that you want, I invite you to join my community. It's absolutely free. We have nearly 200 people. But the lesson is to not make yourself an island anymore. To not think that you are alone, that you're going through a unique struggle that no one else has gone through. Everyone, to some capacity, knows problems. That's a human condition. Problems are always inevitable. They exist. So you don't think that you're the only one going through your unique circumstance. Maybe you have a different story than everyone else. Maybe you have a different background. Maybe have a different situation. But the problems can be universal. They are universal. We've lived for thousands of years on the earth with problems. Every single second, every single hour, we're going through problems that we're trying to solve. And that's okay, because you don't have to go through it alone. That's it for the video. I really think that isolation is a pandemic in this world and can be cured. It can be overcome with a little bit of help. So let me know in the comments below what you think. What are the things that you've gone through personally as a veteran? I'd love to be able to know your thoughts. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Share with a friend if they're going through the same things. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Semper Fi.